Yo, man, we back with another great episode of the documentary, man. Of the documentary. Before I start, I want to give a shout out to all the mothers out there, man. All the moms out there. Today is Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms, man. My mother, mommy, I love you. I wish you nothing, continues nothing but the best, and all blessings. I love you. May God continue to bless you. I thank you for being the perfect mother, or no one's perfect, but I appreciate everything that you have done, that you have did, and, may God continue to bless you, with many, many more years of Mother's Day, and, like I said, to all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day. To my mother-in-law, happy Mother's Day. To my sisters, Uncle Dre, I'm Uncle Dre, what's going on? But yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that's here, and also the ones who are not here also. And also, I gotta shout out my babe. Happy birthday, babe. You know what it is. For real. I'm gonna see you later on. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I love you. We're dealing, with personal issues in life, far as, not being accepted, or, far as, with women, trying to date and stuff, man. I'm gonna move on. I know it's gonna be somebody in my life that's gonna accept me for me, and it's gonna love me for me, So, at that point, like I said, I'm right into high school now. I'm right into high school, and this is the fall of 2006, man. The fall of 2006, and a big thing, of the fall of 2006 for me, I talked about, how I got into wrestling, with Mr. Newman, kind of like, he was a big fan of it too. Come to school, and you kind of had one of your teachers or your teacher's aide, talking about wrestling was kind of cool. It made it fun, because not everybody, loved the wrestling. And later on that fall, man, I remember, man, I was asking my mom so much. I was like, Mom, I want to go to Monday Night Raw. It's coming here to DC. I couldn't, make it all them other times. So I'm like, I'm trying to go. And I got me some birthday change. My birthday came up. I turned 16 that November. So I was just like, yeah, man, I got me some money. I saved up my money, and I saved up my money for my birthday, and I went to the movies. I went to the movies down in Gallery Place. For a lot of people, everybody from DC, we all know the movie theater down in Gallery Place, so I'm just hanging down there and stuff like that. I go get me a ticket, and I'm like, you know what? Raw is coming. But I asked my mom, a little bit before this, and I was like, Mom, can you hook me up? And she will always talk about, this would kind of like made it even more, this would kind of like made it even more, exciting, damn noise all the time. But she had talk about, because she worked at the Renaissance Hotel downtown in DC, and every time where the wrestlers were travel to, they'd go to kind of like the biggest hotel or whatnot, in their city, and they were always come to the Renaissance Hotel, and she had talked to me how some of the wrestlers would be on the floor, and I'd be like, oh, for real, Mom, like I want to autograph or whatever. But she said she was gonna hook me up with the tickets and stuff, or that a guy was gonna come through. But I was like, man, I got the money, and I think the tickets were about $40 if I'm not mistaken. And I was just like, man, I just need one accessible seat. Got that one accessible seat, man. And I kid you not, when I came back over, she was like, you couldn't wait? I said, no, I could not wait. I could not wait at all. So, man, the movie, I can't remember what movie I saw. I can't remember, particularly what movie I saw, but the movie pretty sure probably was good, but I was so excited that I got my wrestling ticket, and man, I experienced my first wrestling event. I was so dreaming about this the whole entire day at school. And I'm just like, yo, man, how's it going to be? How's it going to be? You know, this, that. I just couldn't wait to get off the school bus, man. But I got home. My mom gave me her cell phone and my oldest sister, you know, and we went down gallery, man. And yo, I enjoyed my, you know, first ever wrestling event in 2006, man. It was off the chain, you know, it was off the chain. It was something, you know, larger than life. You know, I fell in love with it. Like, these guys just drew me to everything. You know, everybody got, you know, what they love, or, you know, what excites them or whatever. But man, wrestling was just it for me. I got to experience my first wrestling event, you know, and that was cool. So I had to get that, you know, I had to get that off, you know, and as time went on, man, you know, you're growing up, and, you know, things sort of, you know, started changing and stuff like that. And man, I'll never forget the call that my mom got to say my Uncle Rick passed away. You know, I remember that day so vividly. You know, I was just getting out the shower. Or the tub, you know, and, you know, my sister answered the phone, but she couldn't make out what was going on. But then once my mom got the phone, you know, she broke down, and just, you know, it was just so much commotion, man. You know, as growing up, you know, we didn't really, you know, have too many uncles. You know, Uncle Rick, you know, was my guy. And we had Uncle Dirk, man. Uncle Dirk came around, and it's just like, to me, you know, the bonds that I had, you know, with, you know, my uncles, you know, will always, you know, be special to me, you know. But when we got that, you know, call about Uncle Rick, you know, it was sad, you know. It was real sad and everything, man, because we used to always go down Uncle Rick's house and, you know, just chill and have fun, you know. And the thing for me about that, you know, what hurt it, you know, but it also hurted my brothers, man, and my cousin a lot, because they was always down there, you know. And when my muscles got weak and my legs, you know, and it was, you know, preventing me to stop walking, I couldn't go down there. So the times that, you know, they were down there, they were always down there every summer, all the time. Uncle Rick coming up, going down there, you know. And I'm like, man, you know, like, I remember the times, you know, big house, dogs, everything, all party in the backyard all the time. Like, it was lit, turn up, like, for real, you know. And, you know, I miss Uncle Rick. And, you know, it's just, you know, that moment, you know, before he passed away, it was wild, you know, that what I said to him, and, you know, weeks later, you know, that happened, you know. It was just, you know, I said, you know, because my birthday was coming up, and I said, hey, Uncle Rick, you know, if I don't see you, you know, after my birthday, you know, can I get some money for my birthday? And he gave me like $20, gave me $20. And, you know, I was like, thank you, Uncle Rick, you know. And the thing about Uncle Rick that I always remember, because my aunt was just talking to me about this not too long ago, was just about, like, you know, if I'm in the house and I'm chilling and I'm watching wrestling, and Uncle Rick can come in, and is that real? You know, he questioned it, because, you know, back in that days, man, it was put on a different way. You know, people, you know, was like, hold up, wait a minute, you feel me? Like, I didn't, you know, realize what it was until later. But I mean, that's all cool, because that makes me respect it even more, because you feel me? But man, that was kind of like really heartbreaking, that whole, you know, time and, you know, moment when we found out that he passed away. And all I could think of is just me saying that to him. It's like, man, like, what? Like, it was mind-boggling, man. It really was, man. And, you know, it was really rough, you know, my grandmother, you know, God rest her soul. And, you know, when the funeral was over, man, it was rough. You know, it was rough for a lot of people, man. My cousin, you know, who was always down there and with him and close to him, man, he didn't cry majority of the funeral, but when it was over, man, he broke down. You know, I kept an eye on him, because he was like Uncle Rick's son. You feel me? damn well might have been, but it was sad, and when I saw my grandmother like that, the only thing I can remember is when my mom was like that, when my stepdad, when I was 7 years old, he passed away. He passed away in January of 1998. And, it was, man, waking up, hearing my mom screaming and, my sisters, trying to help, and they're on the phone with 911, and, it was just something, at a 7 year old, you don't know what's going on. You don't you don't know. Like, you really don't. And it's just, and I cherish all the moments, that I had with my stepdad, my dad, my daddy. You feel me? Because he was the only guy I ever called dad. You feel me? My biological dad, as I said, get mad because, I'm calling you by your real name and you ain't did shit for me. But my dad, came into, my mom's life, accepted her with the 4 children that she had, and took on also me too, because I was something to deal with. Not saying it like that, but I was in the wheel. I had a disability, but from the time that he came in and spent with us, man, it was awesome. It was awesome. And he'll truly, truly, truly be missed, man. And man, and right after, when my uncle passed, me and my mom were set to go to the WWE event in DC, Cyber Sunday of 2007. And we were going to get the tickets around the time, I believe we were going to get the tickets probably a couple of days before we got the notice that my Uncle Rick passed away, and it pushed us back some time to get it. But we got it, and that was throughout all that, that was a moment that I cherish, here on this Mother's Day, telling the story, because my mom, of course, raising us, she had, had to do what she had to do. And I couldn't go to a lot of wrestling events, growing up. We about to experience like a throwback SmackDown, and it was a lot of debate on social media whether which type of Titantron they're going to use. And I always wanted to see that, or saw that, growing up, going to wrestling events, and I wasn't able to because they didn't bring SmackDown here. But yeah, I got to take my mom to a wrestling event, and it was awesome. It was really awesome. Telling her, hey mom, you might want to cover your ears. Here come Batista. She used to love Batista. Even though he was from DC too. He come out and do the, man, like, awesome times, man. Awesome times. And I talked about gallery place, man. That's going down there, seeing movies and stuff like that. Man, it was a guy named Danny, man. He was one of my sister's boyfriends at the time. Real close relationship. Like I always said, it was just so funny, how my sister's boyfriends or whatever, just always connected with me, man. And me and my man Danny, we would just always go out and just, hang out and go to the movies and stuff like that. And it was this one particular time, we went to church that morning, and I remember, we was like, yo, man, it's time to go to the movie theaters, man. And we get to the movies, neither one of us had some money. Neither one of us got no money, man. And this is a crazy, gallery place story. Before I get to where I'm about to go, but we don't have no money, so we go back out. We just like, man, what we gonna do? And at this time, man, I'm single. I'm talking about single, like a $1 bill single. And 2 girls walked past, and I was like, man, wish I could have a girl like that. And yeah, man, she had a big butt. I ain't gonna lie or whatever like that. I wasn't even paying attention to the other one. Just the one I saw was just the one I saw, or the one stood out. And maybe 10 minutes, go by, see him again. They walk past. I recognize one of the girls. And, me and Danny just like, yo, man, I'm like, I recognize her, but yo, we ain't got no money. It's time to go home now. We about to go back in. So, we about to get on the X2 bus. And we at the bus stop. And she, eye contact with me, eye contact with her, knew who she was off Bucks. You feel me? Knew who she was. She knew who I was. And, I was so shy, man. I'm telling you, like, before this podcast and before all of this, man, just shy out the ass, man. And I was so shy. And I knew who she was. She was a crush I had on. And she knew that. We established already that I had a crush on her or whatever. But I guess she liked me. But, and I kept looking back. And my man Danny was like, man, you gonna say something to her or what? And I'm just so shy. And I'm just so shy. And she about to get off. And she get off. And I turned and she waved at me. And man, my heart kind of like dropped. Like, for real, I'm like, it just dropped. So then, man, I rang the doorbell. We get off on the next bus. I get off. Me and Danny get off. We ride back to the next stop, roll back to the next block, and we on 8th and 8th Street, man. Somewhere around there, and I'm like, man, damn, what could she have went that fast? And man, my whole, day was ruined, man, because I ain't say nothing. I was a shy guy, and anybody I had a crush on or whatever, like, I made her typed up a letter, like I said, with the girl who just balled it up or whatever. Like, I was just shy, man, down the Gallery Place though. But I tell that story, man, just to say Gallery Place got so many memories, man. And it goes back with my man Danny, my man Danny and my sister, was together, and it was the end of about the end of 07, and my sister and Danny, they got a job, and they got a job at the movie theater that we always go to. So I'm like, yo, you know what? I want a job, man. I'm trying to get me a job. You feel me? I'm always there. And I fill out the application. I'm pressing her out. Danny like, press her out. And man, I get the job, man, working at Gallery Place. Yes. In 2008, man, just about what, my junior year. I want to say it was my sophomore and junior year. The whole thing about that one was because when I was in 9th grade at Shaw, instead of me being in regular classes, they had me in special ed classes. And that didn't go to none of my credits that I needed to be in the 9th grade. So when I got, to Dunbar, they like, yo, you still in the 9th grade. I'm like, you shitting me. I ain't in the 9th grade. So, man, I was like, you better get me out these special ed classes, put me in the normal classes, let me get all my credits up. For real, like, nah, you ain't about to do that. So then, my 10th grade year, but really, it was my 9th grade year at Dunbar. Man, the year I came back, I did the 10th and the 11th grade year in 1 year. And then, of course, that last year, man, I had a half a day schedule. So, man, so when I got the job, after I got the job, I was set. So, like, man, I'm like, yo, because I got the job and I was working like Friday, Saturday, Sundays. And I could just be like, okay, I can go to work, on a half a day schedule. But yeah, man, I got the job. And man, oh man, the story about that one right there at Regal. Oh, man.
Man, another episode of the Brazen Truth, man. Nothing but brazen. Brazen meaning bold. Man, I couldn't wait to come back and tell my story with you guys. But we're just getting started.